What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 1 of Dreamer Cigars. My name is Adam Guard, aka AG the Dreamer. I'm here with my co-host Logan Hamilton, aka Hambo. Logan, how you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm excited for this first episode, especially because I'm in my favorite place with my favorite cigar.
That is awesome. We are here in the Cutters Cigar and Spirit Lounge, just having a great time. And today, we got a very special guest for you, Christine Sutton, one of the owners of Cutters. Christine, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you guys?
We are just having a great time. So excited for episode 1. It's going to be crazy, but we're going to just have the best time today. We're going to smoke a cigar, obviously, on Dreamer Cigars. We are going to smoke the Davidoff Grand Cru. And just so you know, the Davidoff Grand Cru is a 52 ring gauge, 5 1/4 length, and it comes with a smoking time of about 45 minutes, so we'll see if we hit that. Has an Ecuadorian wrapper and Dominican binders and fillers. So we're gonna see the tasting here. All three of us are working on our palates, but we're gonna see if we can get these tasting notes. It's gonna start with some spice. It's gonna develop into some light chili flavors. I don't know if I've ever had a chili flavor in a cigar.
I don't think I've ever heard of a chili flavor.
But we'll see if we can get that out of there. This is per Davidoff, so Davidoff, it's your fault if we can't taste any. But it's going to finish with some wooden notes, which, you know, I haven't eaten wood in a while, so we're going to see if
It's been a couple days for me.
Well, we smoked
just
it
a couple
here.
days, but we can smoke some. Yeah, we'll do that there. And it's going to finish off with some sweetness, so we'll see if we get into that. But before we get into any questions or anything, Christine, I have a question for you. How did you start smoking cigars? And as I ask that question, we're going to go ahead and light up.
Okay. Well, my husband introduced me to the cigar family.
Okay.
So,
And
yes.
for everybody in watching and in the audience, your husband is also the co-owner, correct?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
So, he's introduced me to cigars. My very first one was in Miami. It was a chocolate flavored cigar, so it was very easy for me to smoke. And then my palate developed over the years, and now I'm into Davidoff, so I'm kind of spoiled now.
Yes. Davidoff will spoil you.
I'm a little spoiled.
Davidoff will spoil you real fast.
Yeah, it's weirdly turned into my favorite cigar. You know, I had a Davidoff actually for the first time. I think it was about a week ago.
Yeah, it was literally almost a week ago. We said maybe we'll do a Davidoff in the first episode.
It was incredible.
And you were like, I've never had it.
It was incredible. People kept hyping it up, and usually when people hype up something, I don't tend to believe it because I try not to believe everything I
Right, yeah.
you know, but the hype was right. Actually, it was better than the hype, honestly. I love them. It's actually my favorite cigar now, so.
There you go. I mean, it's an easy cigar to just start falling in love with, just like you did, Christine.
Yes.
It was crazy. So we'll get into some little questions. We want to learn about your cigar experience, but we also want to know some different things about, you know, what makes you and you within the cigar industry, specifically starting. You're a female, right?
Last I checked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So rhetorical.
You're a female, right?
I think so.
But, you know, traditionally, the cigar industry is, you know, when people think about cigars, they think of males. But
Yes.
females are, I mean, I do believe, I don't know the exact statistics, but I think they're the fastest growing demographic in the cigar industry. So tell me about your experience as a female, not only smoking cigars, but also in the industry itself, owning a bar and working in a bar and all that sort of stuff. Have you ever had any bad experiences, or has you know, everybody been pretty welcoming and it's been easy?
Oh, it's been very easy. Everybody's been very welcoming. Women are growing, and it's really nice to have men and women smoking cigars together, even when their husbands and wives are just friends.
Right.
It's a nice way to come, especially to our store, come and relax and kick back, have a drink, and enjoy a cigar.
Yeah.
I really have not had any bad experiences.
That's good news. You know, I've asked a lot of women that question, and this is something that I love about the cigar industry. I have not, while yes, maybe you think of cigars, you think of males, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't like. I don't like to use the term male dominated because that sounds like a dominate. It's such a strong word because every woman I've talked to, it hasn't been hard to get into cigars.
No.
There's no gate. There's no men going. I mean, there's probably some out there, but the majority of the cigar industry and men, they're welcoming. They're like, yeah, let's have a cigar.
Well, especially here at our establishment.
Absolutely. I completely agree. The moment I walked in, I mean, it was almost half and half the first day I came here, men and women. And it honestly blew my mind because you don't typically see
We
that.
have grown a lot, having men and women to be able to come in here and not be just dominated only by men. Of course, there's going to be days where it is, but when we have music and cocktails that women do like, they come.
I like seeing that. I really enjoyed seeing that because the first time I came in Cutters was a couple months ago, and I really enjoyed seeing half women, half men.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that, but when I saw it, it was more comforting. I was more what's the word?
Ease.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
it's a homey feel.
Exactly. I like that.
It's rare, in my opinion, to have a homey feel in such an elegant place as well. Right when you walk in, you can't help. I mean, my eye went to the humidor, but I just love cigars more than anything. But
My eye went to the humidor too.
maybe most people's eyes. If the second thing, they go right. I mean, the bar here is fantastic. I mean, the display, it's all just amazing. So, props to you guys for creating something that is just awesome. Which leads me into my second question. Okay, so you co-founded, correct, a cigar bar. Well, a cigar lounge, right? It's not a bar. It is a lounge. There's a big difference, right?
I think so.
In the industry,
I think so.
there is a big difference between cigar bars and cigar lounges. There's cigar bars that exist. You can go and it could be even look like a typical college bar. Right? I mean, you go in and you buy whatever, and but this is a lounge is a different experience.
Yes.
And so you co-founded that, and that is probably most cigar smokers' dreams. Maybe it's a pipe dream for a lot of people. They're like, "There's no way I could ever start a cigar bar or cigar lounge," but I would if I could. And so, tell us about kind of why did you and Russ make that decision? How did that come about?
Well, long story short, there's a very long story, but we don't have time for that. My husband decided he wanted to do this as a hobby. As some people know, we had a small store up the street, about a mile on Windward. And in the very beginning, I was like, I'm not doing this. I didn't have time. I was raising a child, all that stuff.
Oh boy, yeah.
So
that's a lot.
fast forward, now
Business is a child.
my husband needed to expand, and he wanted someone to be able to have someone alongside of him that he could trust and build this business. And he asked me if I'd be willing to help him now to build this business here in this location.
Yeah.
And with us together, we wanted to make sure that men and women would come in our lounge, feel comfortable, feel welcomed, a clean environment. For everyone to,
that is awesome. That's really cool. I mean, so starting the business, what does that look like? When day one, you say, "I want to start a cigar lounge." I mean, you just buy a bunch of cigars and buy a building.
That's the question for my husband because he's the one who started it.
That's true.
That's a question for
We
him.
should get him in here sometime.
Yeah,
We'll get it. We'll get him in. He's a busy man, but
because he's the one who started all this.
we'll definitely wrangle him up.
Yeah.
But so, in your opinion, okay, this is a question I get a lot in the cigar world.
Yeah.
What is the best drink that pairs with a cigar?
Well, my opinion is the Espresso Martini. I love coffee drinks with my cigars.
Wow.
I love how it brings out.
Logan, tell us about your experience, your first experience with an Espresso Martini.
Dude, don't even get me started on this Espresso Martini. So, first time I came in here, and Adam was talking about the best pairing for a cigar to a drink. He said, you gotta try the Espresso Martini. I said, what are you talking about? I'm not a martini guy. I don't like martinis at all. Don't give me that. Don't give me that crap. And he said, no, dude, you have no idea what you're saying. You need to try it, and then you'll understand. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll give it a try.
We'll have a surprise for you guys.
What?
I want to bring out some Espresso Martinis.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have.
Oh, man.
This will be your second Espresso Martini.
So
we got some guests in the house.
No, I had one of these for the first time, paired with a cigar, actually a Davidoff.
Look at this.
It was incredible. I really tasted it. I had a taste out of the cigar that I've never had before.
Right.
It was incredible. I felt every last note of the cigar. And I really didn't expect that. You saw my eyes.
No, you did. And
wide-eyed.
this is the whole time. You talk about a martini. If you're a manly man, you're like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna smoke a martini. I don't know if that's me.
Yeah.
But this drink goes so well with a cigar. The first time I had it shocked me too, and I've been hooked ever since. So if you're out there listening, go try and find an Espresso Martini. We're not going to give you Christine's secret recipe, so it probably won't be as good as it is here, but come to Cutters and we'll make sure you get an Espresso Martini that is just absolutely amazing. So let's give her a try.
It's only this good at Cutters.
Delicious.
Every time. It gets you every time.
The flavor, the
It'll just
notes.
pull it. The notes just come out. If you are someone that struggles, as I would almost even say 100%, but 99.9% of cigar smokers struggle. I do. We all do. Struggle. Okay, you're telling me I got to taste leather in this cigar? I have never eaten leather in my life.
I had that Georgia Clay in there one time.
I've been eating that Georgia Clay every day just to try and see a cigar that's going to pull it out.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much cedar I've eaten in the past month just to get it out of the cigar. a lot of weird bowel movements, but we won't go there. But if you can find a drink that pairs well with the cigar notes, it can help you bridge that gap. It can start to pull those notes out to where you'll start to you'll start to understand it, right? And the way I like to tell people, because I do this myself. If you're gonna smoke a cigar, you're gonna sit down and slow down, and you want to try and taste the notes for the first time. Then sit down, look up what it's supposed to taste like we did here today, and then try and think about it more and more, and you'll see that those notes will start to come out. The notes will, more and more you'll see cigars. Okay, this cigar tasted like that cigar. They both said it was supposed to taste like leather. So that must be what I'm tasting here. Right?
It's every time. It's every single time. You take a sip and then a few puffs. You get I don't even have any more words to put to it. It's so good.
Right.
I feel like every time I have a cigar, especially a Davidoff, it's good. I need to be having an Espresso Martini.
You may need to make a lot of money to have somebody just make that for you all the time.
Yeah, just one guy that just makes me.
I normally have my cigars out on the back porch, but I don't know who's going to make that Espresso Martini, but they need to have a...
Teresa can.
Teresa can,
She
yes.
can.
My fiance can make a dang good Espresso Martini, but we don't have that machine here at home, so I don't know about that.
Well, your wedding's coming up, so maybe that could be a gift.
Toss that on the registry. That's a
There
good
you
idea. That is a very good idea. That would be, that may have to be the only thing on the registry, but we can put that on there. We can definitely put that on there. So, we've talked about, a little bit of the cigar industry. being a female in the cigar industry, but let's have a little fun with it, okay? This is a question you may have never thought about before.
Okay,
I know. What is your favorite place that you have ever smoked a cigar in, at, all the above?
Of course, Cutters.
Okay. All right, you got that out. Now what else?
Oh no, Miami. I think it's called Miami Cigar. Miami.
Really? Okay, tell us about the experience. You know, like they may want to just fly to Miami just to go here. Why was it the best place?
What was it called?
I think it's called Miami Cigar.
Miami
I
Cigar?
can't remember.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll make some show notes that people can go to on YouTube.
It's
We'll
not
figure it out.
on South Beach, but it's a few blocks away from it. It has a great lounge. I got some of their secrets on some cocktails.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
One thing about this industry.
Is that where you got the espresso Martini?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
That's a secret, right? We won't tell anybody. Yeah, we won't tell anybody. She's like, don't talk about that.
I didn't get that from them.
You got it locked away like the Coca-Cola recipe. That's good.
So their establishment is beautiful. They have great chairs like we do. They have a great humidor. It's great when you go out of town to find lounges similar to yours. It's very, very
Not a lot of people can say that though.
No, I know. But
People are like, oh, this is not as good as mine. Most people don't have a lounge.
There's a lot of lounges out there in all different, in different states that are beautiful and nice that we like to go visit. So, yeah.
Definitely. Well, that's awesome. I mean, did it have obviously beach views or anything?
No.
Really?
This one didn't. It was more. It was a relaxed feel. I don't know if they have any lounges on the beach. I don't recall seeing any where you can go see the lounge, the ocean view.
Well, maybe.
Because I don't know if it's an ordinance or.
First Dreamer Cigars Lounge needs to be overlooking an ocean.
That's a good point.
I mean, hello.
Really good point.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a cigar looking over the ocetion?
That's why you need to find some real estate
I mean,
there.
come on.
Some real estate over here.
I'll figure out what I can do, I guess. I don't know. But, I think my favorite place, I smoked a cigar, and it was one of my first cigars ever. I didn't know what I was doing. I probably inhaled and everything. I probably had no idea. It was just terrible. I was dying, and I was like, I'm cool.
Well, we all begin somewhere.
Right, we all begin somewhere, yeah. I was actually in Nicaragua.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, we were in a sketchy part of town, and they said you can buy 25 Cubans for $20. And,
I brought a whole box back.
We were like, oh man, we were 18. We were like, no, we were sitting there smoking we were on a volcano in Nicaragua, smoking cigars. Cool. We thought we were on top of the world. We're smoking Cubans.
Kind of were, but
I know, not really. No, not really.
So were they real?
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
There's no way I would have been able to tell.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt it. I think one of the cigars was half filled with tobacco on the inside.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there was a lot of air gaps, and they burned uneven. And
But I do remember having that cigar with our buddies, and I just remember being so buzzed at one cigar. I was like, what is this thing? It's like, what am I
any
smoking?
beginners out there, do not have a strong cigar as your first cigar.
A nice champagne.
So many people will ruin. Yeah, Perdomo champagne is a good starter. If you really just don't like cigars, you can start off with acid from Drew Estate. It's got a sugary little flavor to it to help kind of ease you into the experience. That's how my fiance started. She smokes some acids, and now she can handle a little bit more because you just get used to it, the experience. And so if there's any beginners out there, ease into it. There's so many stories I've heard of people are like, oh, I smoked a cigar once and I was puking. I was like, okay, have one with me. I'll pick it out for you, and then they love it. And,
Well, it's funny. You'll tell people, beginners, you don't want to start off big. You really don't. but they won't listen, and they end up puking in the bathroom.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Start off
You don't-
slow. Start off
And
very
then they're
slow.
embarrassed because you don't want to puke in a cigar box.
It'd be horrible.
Oh, I do have a really funny story.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really
Funny stories are good.
I had a manager at our old store, and she told the person that was going to smoke the cigar, please don't have him smoke the cigar, he's going to get sick. So, of course, he did not listen. I don't remember what the cigar was, but it was a really full-body cigar. We had a patio outside. This young man decides to come inside, hoping to get to the bathroom. He did not make it. And unfortunately for my manager, he puked on her.
No way.
You don't do that.
Now, was it
You
a
don't
chain
do that.
reaction?
If it was
she
me,
puke too?
if it was me, it would definitely be a chain reaction. It's like, why don't you stay outside? Just stay outside and puke outside.
Yeah, honestly.
You don't think I'm inside?
There's bushes. I mean,
I felt so bad for her. Oh, like, oh, that was awful.
yeah,
that was
that
awful.
would be not a good experience.
No, that was awful.
But that's one thing too. Cigars. When you start smoking cigars, you get used to it. You get into the industry. You forget about your first time. You forget about once you start smoking all the time, you're used to it. You forget about like how you started and how maybe for some people it was rough. For me, I had no idea what I was doing. So I think I was just like, I was so scared to inhale it. That I was like,
I feel like I had to taste it at first. When I started,
I was like, get out of here, get out of here.
I thought I had to like really taste it, but I didn't understand how to really get the tones and the messages.
I think everybody starts off like that. They're not sure what to do, how to handle the cigar, how to inhale the cigar. Well,
Right.
rephrase that. You
How to
inhale it,
puff
but
on the
don't
cigar,
don't inhale it.
How
If that makes sense.
to puff on it without
Yes,
it going
and
into your
going in
lungs.
lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a good question then. What kind of advice would you give to a first-time cigar smoker? What's the best piece of advice you could give
That's a
to
good
a first-time cigar smoker?
Well, make sure you eat first.
Oh, that is
First.
actually great. I mean,
First.
even if any of us are having a full-bodied cigar now,
Yeah.
it helps to have a meal.
Yes, it's good to have food in your stomach. Mild. Even like I started off with a chocolate cigar. I had a great experience. I was in Miami, had a cafe con leche with a chocolate cigar.
Yep, there you
It
go.
was phenomenal. So I just went from there.
Basically
so
smoking a chocolate chip.
I would, especially for women, I shouldn't say for women, for anybody, a beginner, you should start off with something small and something with a great taste.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So many people, talking about gender, especially men, if you're starting off with a cigar, you're like, give me a cigar.
Yeah.
And you don't want the little babies, but it's like, dude, trust me, you can smoke the Woody from Oscar. You can smoke the one that's 2 feet long and take 6 hours to smoke eventually. Just calm down.
Yeah.
This is your first cigar. Have a good experience because a cigar is never about, it's funny, brands may not appreciate me saying this, but a cigar is almost never even about the cigar, it's about the experience.
Yes.
Right? Especially, you get to your $6 to $10 price range. It's always about the experience. Just like you said, I mean, probably the reason we both started smoking cigars is we smoked our cigars with all of our friends.
Yeah.
We had great conversations.
For sure.
And that's what cigars are. It's the experience, and that's something that you've created here that is just phenomenal. I mean,
Thank you.
You guys have the slogan. There's no strangers at Cutters, only friends who have not met you.
It's true.
And it's so true.
I love that. Right above
It's
the
right
bar.
above the bar, right above the entrance, and it's so awesome. And I think a lot of people can say that. A lot of people can say, just put that on their door and be like, yeah, and not live it.
Right.
But I think here at Cutters, and I may be biased a little bit, but I outside of everything, you guys have an experience. You walk in, you get greeted. You walk into the humidor, you get greeted by another person. You sit down, the bartender comes to you. I mean, the experience, you are treated like royalty here.
That's what I noticed right away.
Service
when I first
is so
came in.
important.
I love it. I love that. That's why I felt welcomed my first time in here, and every time after that. It wasn't the first time only. Every single time I come in, even when I started to know the people here that worked here personally, they still greeted me the same. It didn't change over time. It was still very
We do
welcoming.
our best.
I love that.
We're not perfect,
Yeah.
but we do our best to try to do that with each and every person that comes through that door.
Right.
Try to welcome them. How can we help you? This is your first time here. And share the experience with them. I can tell you there's so many stories of people who came in here who knew nobody. And now we have these groups of people who get together today and they're great friends.
Yeah.
Because of Cutters.
Oh, yeah.
And business opportunities sometimes happens as well. I'm not promising this business opportunity.
That's how I got my current job.
But it happens.
It does.
It does really happen.
You meet great people, and when I was talking to you about this idea, I don't think I ever told you actually of I had this idea of literally Dreamer Cigars podcast 5 years ago.
Did you really?
That was my first. I started reading up on cigars. I was in college. I was like,
No way.
I think I'm gonna start. Yeah, I know. This is fuzzy, right? I never told you that.
That's awesome.
But I had this idea 5 years ago, and it just, college and, just things happen. But, when I invited you in, you were like, awesome. You didn't know a whole lot about the industry. Right? But just in a short amount of time, you keep telling me, you're like, dude, cigar smokers are such good people.
That's what I love about it. People are genuine in this industry. That's what I like, because in a lot of industries, people like to jip you. They like to, take your money because they're only after your money.
Yeah.
In this industry, it's about quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
The people are quality. That's what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I have a passion for cigars, is because it's, like you said, I think it's one of the only industries in the world still out there that I don't know if actually I've ever met a cigar smoker that I didn't like. Maybe we have differences, but I'm saying nasty person,
It's nice to have
a nasty person, and all that. I've never met anybody that's just nasty, just mean, just someone you just
I'm sure they're out there.
They're out there. They are.
Fortunate you haven't met one.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
They are out there. They are out there.
I'm
But
sure.
just as far as comparing to other industries, if you get into liquor, I don't want to tear down any other industry, but there's people trying to swindle, and there is in the cigar industry, but it's just so genuine, and I think that's a tribute to the cigars in general, but also just the whole quality of the industry as well. But we're getting about to the halfway point on our cigar. I think we need to see about the notes that we may be getting.
About that good old clay.
Yeah, that clay.
About the good clay in this cigar.
So let's look at what we were supposed to be getting out, right? I think it was a little bit of a wood. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see if you can taste the chili.
I haven't tasted the chili.
I haven't tasted the chili
I'm
either.
I'm trying really hard to taste the chili.
I'm from Cincinnati. Chili to me is Skyline, so that's not really.
Maybe we should have had a drink with a chili in it.
Yeah. Next time we'll have chili with our cigar to pull out the chili mix.
Skyline. We gotta bring some Skyline in.
We're gonna bring some Skyline. We'll have Skyline someday. A big shout out to Cincinnati. If you haven't had Skyline, go to Cincinnati.
Look, Skyline.
You have to sit in the Skyline, and it's the best chili you've ever had. It has noodles in it, so don't get thrown off. But it is amazing. It's the best chili you ever had. All right, so we got a little spice and pepper notes, chili. Which I'm not getting the chili.
I'm not getting chili.
I'm sorry, Davidoff. I love your cigars. I'm getting no chili.
Yeah, no chili in here.
No chili. It says light chili, but I've never had light chili. Is that like fat free?
Is that fat free?
Is that fat free chili? I don't think it is. But we're in the middle, so we're supposed to be getting those woody notes and a little sweetness.
Chili. What part of cigar does it say?
It says chili, light chili flavor on the tongue.
Well, you know what? You know that little spice? You feel that little spice on your tongue? That's probably the chili.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's why it says pepper notes and light chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that combination.
Yes.
See, well, this is how you start to learn, right?
Yes.
You look it up and you say, all right, let me smoke it.
Man, I'm learning just as much as our audience. I'm learning just as much as you. Okay, and I'm on the clock.
Well, that's because he's done, huh? But
I do taste the woody a little bit.
I am.
I like that though.
Well, you know,
This is really smooth.
it's.
It's really smooth. That little bit of
I'm about to
spiciness.
start smoking this wrapper.
You're way ahead. It's like
I can.
That's every time.
I tend to get a little ahead. So, just so the audience, if you are a beginner, you typically, per industry standard, you want to take a puff every 45 seconds. That way, you're not burning it too fast to where you can get it changes the flavor if you burn it too fast.
it's a whole respect factor.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you're just chain smoking, puffing.
The goal is to try not to ever relight.
Yes.
Because every time you relight, it changes the profile of the cigar.
Jesus, she can just take it over from me. I'll just stop talking. She'll just
Talk more.
take it away, Christine. I'm going to be chilling here enjoying my dad.
That's a really good point. I actually didn't think about that before. So what was it you don't?
You want to try not to relight your cigar.
Right.
Because it will change the profile of the cigar.
Okay.
So you want to respect it,
Yeah.
keep it lit without having to relight.
Gotcha.
Logan's good at keeping it lit.
Yeah.
Keep
You
it
know
lit.
how I do.
Yeah, no, the Grand Cru is just, I mean, it's, me personally, like, Davidoff is so hard to critique their different cigars, especially if you're going from, like, this is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, and you're going to a similar, this is a 2 out of 5 on the strength scale. If you're doing a similar strength scale on Davidoff, it's hard for me to pinpoint it because they're just so good. I wouldn't be able to say, oh, that one's terrible, this one's great.
No.
Davidoff is
I
just
totally
a quality brand. They do it right.
They're my favorite cigar.
Very consistent.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
if it's a Maduro and a Connecticut, I may be I can tell then I can taste them, but Davidoff's just a high quality brand. Well, I think I'm rolling down to the end of my cigar, but
Per usual.
per usual.
See, I was talking too much. I have to relight.
Well, see, and that's the thing too, guys. You do not ever want to get getting caught up in the conversation. You don't want to be too focused on your cigar because, like we said, a cigar is about the experience, right? A cigar is about the experience. You don't want to get too caught up in smoking the cigar that you. Oh, sorry, guys. I need to make sure I'm puffing every 45 seconds. You don't need to have a timer on your watch. Go ahead and relight your cigar because that means you're having a great conversation like we're having today.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Most definitely.
But, I'm getting down to the end of my cigar. If you get down to the end of your cigar, if you get down really close, I'm not that far yet, but sometimes it gets a little hot on your fingers, right?
A little bit.
It can get
A little warm down.
it can get a little warm down. Yeah, it can get a little warm in your mouth there. So I think that it's time for our 3. We're gonna do 3, all right? We're gonna do 3.
We'll do 3.
3 end of the cigar finger burning questions.
Finger burning.
So, finger burning questions. So, we got a list of questions that we're going to do for every podcast at the end of the podcast. And we're going to hit the randomizer. Logan's going to hit it over here on his computer. computer. He's gonna hit the randomizer, and we're gonna have a random question for you.
All right.
Right?
For me?
We're gonna for you.
Oh,
And
okay.
we're gonna
do 3.
3 burning questions. You know, my fingers are just they're waiting for your answers.
They're finger burning.
Finger burning questions.
Finger burning.
All right, Logan, hit the first one.
Burning, they're finger burning. Okay, first question. Let's go. Oh, this is a good one. If you could only have one type of cigar for the rest of your life, what cigar would you choose?
Davidoff.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right.
sure.
Wow, that really matches.
It's Davidoff.
That was easy. All right, that was
Everybody
easy.
knows.
All right.
Everybody knows. I'm a Davidoff girl.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. What's the next one?
All right, next question. If you could smoke a cigar anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh.
Oh, I'd like to do somewhere new.
Dude, I wrote
Yeah?
these questions, and I remember writing this, and I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I had to think about
I
it.
was like, this is a great question because I still don't know the answer. Anywhere on, I mean, there's so many great places.
Maybe Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said somewhere new.
But okay, somewhere new. But you'd have to be looking over the ocean.
Not always.
Okay.
What's with you
Not
in the ocean?
always.
Dude,
I love the
all right,
ocean.
I
I also
have-
love the mountains.
Fair enough. I had a cigar in Hilton Head on the ocean the other day. So
Okay.
Yeah, you're.
I'm caught
Also
up in
thinking
it.
about the ocean.
Yeah, the ocean is great, but I also love the mountains.
All right.
You know, you could pick like, it would be pretty cool. Like, I want to smoke a cigar on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro.
There you go.
That would be nuts.
You're
Now,
creative now.
you better bring some gloves and a really big lighter.
And some oxygen.
And some oxygen. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to smoke. Yeah, bring.
But keep the lighter away from the oxygen.
Yes. Bring the petite Corona so it burns quickly so you can get down and get warm.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. All right, Logan.
Okay.
One last finger burning question. Dude,
All right.
my fingers are about to catch on fire.
Okay, we'll hurry up. All right. Let's see here. This is a good one. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Ooh.
Favorite childhood memory?
Toss different. We're going out of the cigar realm.
Yeah.
Favorite-
Take your time. I mean, you know, we're
Your
enjoying
finger
the cigar.
burning, and he's
Think-
almost there.
My fingers are burning, but
Okay,
take
well,
your time.
I am from Miami.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new every
We
day.
used to go fishing all the time.
Okay.
So, my greatest memory, this is, oh, my brother would kill me. Back in the day, you can go spearfishing
Okay.
and catch that gigantic grouper.
With a spear?
Yeah, it's spearfishing.
It's great. You guys.
I wish I had a picture. If I knew I was going to have this question, I had this picture. Of my,
We'll put
my
it on the
brother.
show notes.
My brother was maybe 7 or maybe younger. So you have to get a crane. I don't know how, I guess we dragged it.
A crane.
You have to get a crane to get the grouper out. So I think we.
How big are the
It's huge. It's huge.
This is what I was saying. I was like, how do you
crane?
if it's a big if you're gonna get it with a crane, how do you catch it with a spear?
Yeah, how do you catch it?
I guess I was so young. I can't remember how that we got the fish back to the marina. So I'm assuming we dragged it
In the water?
in the water. I think
So instead of a crane, you dragged it in the water.
So this grouper was basically barefoot slalom on the behind the boat. He's skiing, just
The fish is barefoot.
Yeah.
Like it usually is.
it has feet. Okay.
All right.
when we get-
Fish don't wear
My
feet.
fingers are burning. My fingers are burning.
So we get to the marina, they get the crane, they lift this like ginormous grouper. So one of my mom's friends grabbed my brother, put him on top like he's gonna drop him into the grouper. It's terrifying, I know.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy this was the last question.
So, okay, wait. Keep going.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, my fingers are burning.
What happened?
Well, obviously they didn't drop him in there, but they put him in there like they're going to. And of course, him being so young, he's terrified, he's screaming, he's crying.
Yeah.
Thinking he's going to be dropped in this fish.
I would be too.
So, obviously they did not do that, but that is a memory I'll never forget.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I was waiting for you were saying he was terrified, he's screaming, he's crying.
And then we dropped him.
No. I was saying, you know, you had this little kid, he's screaming, crying, he's wiggling, and then he Hey, slow down. I was.
No, that did not happen.
Well,
no.
we'll do like a splice. Dude, my face was like, this kid fell into Cooper's mouth and he survived.
I just remember him just screaming,
I was
crying.
fully convinced he fell in the grouper.
So when you're that little and you have this like ginormous fish and you really think you're gonna go into this fish,
I'm assuming
I thought it was funny.
you gotta
but
pick it up with a crane. The fish was bigger than him, right?
it's huge. I can't explain to you how big this
All right, we
fish
need to
is.
make sure we put this picture in the show notes. We need to.
I get it from my mom. I'll get it from my mom.
Yeah, get it.
My brother's gonna kill me.
She said crane.
It's a
To
crane.
get it out. I was like, how
Yeah.
big is this?
Is it a whale?
Yeah.
It's huge. It's huge. I don't think we can spear them anymore.
That
can't
makes
get that
sense. That
big.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It is great
You
fish.
probably need a couple spears.
Yeah,
A couple people experience.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to burn the second part of my wrapper. So, in conclusion, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This has been a great first episode. I mean, it's been so fun.
It's been fun.
I honestly kind of forgot about the camera as we just,
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Just everybody make sure Instagram, all the above, YouTube, all the above. Make sure you follow us, like our content, hit that notification on whatever thing you want, hit that notification bell. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live, because later on we may have some deals and stuff going on, and come in because we may have different deals coming in. You know, if you're live in the lounge for us, but make sure you do that because we may have some deals, but only if you are on the live. We're gonna post a little later on YouTube and stuff. So if you're watching on YouTube, it's too late. The deals are gone. But if you hit our live, you will get there. You will get those opportunities to get live. Maybe even, who knows? Maybe Davidoff will want to do a little something with it.
Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Just make sure you do that. And guys, thank you so much for listening. It's been such a fun first episode. And let's cheers to just cap it off.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you.